see you. My name's Mike, and who have we got here today? We've got Fred.
Hello.
And we have Raoul.
Hi.
And we have Lucky.
Hello.
Great to see you. So yeah, we're continuing on looking at our music from South Africa. Now, if you haven't yet seen video number 1, you need to watch that one before you watch this one, because we're not going to recap all those fantastic gumboot rhythms that Lucky taught us last time. But instead today, we're going to look at some of the musical instruments, some of the instruments that you might play alongside doing some of that gumboot stuff and some of the singing. And the way that we always teach is something that we call our 3-stage teaching method. Now, we're not going to go into that too much now, because if you want to find out more what we mean by that, go and have a look at our samba video number 1, because we go in and we explain a lot about what we mean by that. But basically, we normally say a rhythm, then we play its body percussion, and then we play it on the drum. Now, one of the instruments that kind of helps our pulse, remember last lesson I explained a little bit about pulse, one of the rhythms that helps the pulse a bit in this kind of music is the woodblock. And you know, as drummers, it's often really nice and simple being a drummer, because this is a piece of wood, a block of wood, so let's not call it anything fancy, let's just call it a woodblock. And you obviously have a stick, you hit with it. Now, how to hold a woodblock, there are a few different ways, because you see this woodblock here, this is the kind of thing you often find in schools. It has that lovely hole across there. And what we can do is, if we hold it, I'm just trying to show it so I can show the screen there, I can put my thumb over it, and then I can change the sound. Don't know if you can hear, one's a bit lower. See? And the way it's doing that is because, here's a bit of science lesson for you, here we go. I'm putting my thumb over that and I'm changing the shape of that hole that's in there with my thumb. And that is what changes the pitch as well, which is really nice. Now, when we play a woodblock, we can use that bit of the stick there, which is called the shaft or the shoulder, play it across there. That creates quite a full, loud sound. Or I can use just the tip, which creates much a thinner sound. For a lot of this, I've just been creating the thinner sound, because I've found in our mix of all the instruments we've got today, if I play it like that, it's a bit loud and a bit too much. So I'm playing it there just to create a slightly thinner sound, and then I'm just having fun experimenting around with my thumb, deciding where to put that to create a sound that I like. But our woodblock rhythm is really simple. It just plays really the pulse. So if our pulse is like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. If I just clap that, 1, 2, 3, 4, that's kind of a very, very simple part. But remember, it's called a woodblock. So I'm going to go woodblock. It's quite quick. Woodblock. It's almost as fast as you can say woodblock. Woodblock. So it goes 1, 2, 3, 4. Woodblock. 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 Now, this is one of those things, it sounds like it's really easy to do. But actually, to do it and stay in time without being offbeat is quite tricky. Shall we try it? See if you can stick with me. Ready? 1, 2, 3, go. Woodblock, 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 woodblock. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And stop. Great. Now, when we play it on our woodblock, again, it's quite good. If you've got quite a short stick, you see this drumstick's not particularly long, make it slightly easier. And also, it's almost like a little bounce. And I'm moving my wrist once, and then the stick is bouncing to produce the second hit. That's an easy way to play fast. If I try and go with my arm twice, that gets really hard work, and I'm never going to stick in time. I'm going to go out of time very quickly. But that makes it nice and easy, nice and relaxed. So shall we try it together so you can get your woodblock? If you've got something you can play, here we go. 1, 2, 3, and woodblock, woodblock. Make sure you stick in time with me. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4, 3, 2, 1, stop. Great. So that is the woodblock. Now, it might be wherever you are that you say, well, that's, you know, we've got woodblocks in school, but I'm not in school at the moment, and I don't have a woodblock that I can use. So, Fred, if you are at home and you don't have a woodblock, the musical instrument woodblock, what could you use instead?
I've got just a wood block, a piece of wood that I had left over from doing a bit of DIY the other day. And then I've got a wooden spoon. In my defence, this is a bit of a musical wooden spoon. It's actually got a drumstick on the end because I love drums. But you can just use a normal wooden spoon as well, and you can do exactly what Mike just said. Woodblock, 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 woodblock. and you don't have the same control with your thumb because you haven't got the nice hold, but it still sounds pretty cool.
Yeah, it really does. Thank you so much, Fred. That's great. Only little one thing I would say, please check with the grown-ups about what it is you're hitting first. Don't just go around hitting expensive tables and all kinds of things. You think, well, that sounds nice. You know, you don't want to damage anything. That's the thing. We're going to make sure about that. Now, Raoul, you've been playing the shaker. Can you kind of show us what would maybe a shaker do?
This is an interesting shaker. Of course, we are at home, but we have the African motive. So this one was the north, more towards the north of Africa, in Congo, and that's where it comes from. So they're kind of beads, but they've got a lovely sound. Can you hear that? Now, what we do with a shaker, you just shake forward and back, just slowly. That's it, nice and easy. And then you can go a bit faster. Maybe a little faster. That's sounding better. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just shake up and down, up, down, up, down, up, down. That's it. Mike, do you have something that maybe we could use if you don't have a shaker at home?
Yeah, certainly. In fact, we've talked about this a lot in previous videos, so have a look at our samba videos and also our Cuban videos, because we've gone into that a lot, but kind of things you can use. What I've got here is just an empty squash bottle, and I've put in some, I think this is couscous I put in here. So you see, I can create that, and actually really that's a lot louder than the one that Raoul's got, because there's a lot of beads in here. So as we've explained in our other videos, please have a look at that. We've gone into quite a lot of depth talking about the different things you can put in it and how much to put in it as well. Watch those videos. But yeah, it's certainly something you could use as well. But hey, I can see Lucky has got a great looking drum there. Lucky, that drum is definitely not homemade here. What's that drum called, and what can we do in it for our piece?
Well, this is the Djembe. As you can see, it's a really, really big drum. It's one of my favorites. So with this one, we could really play a rhythm that goes. So I would say I just play whole hand in and then play fingers out. So this is where you get your big, big, big sound, tiny, high-pitched sound. So I'm going to do a little rhythm that goes like, play the Djembe, play the Djembe. So I'm really hitting the middle ones, and then I'm just going fingertips, fingertips, fingertips. So play the Djembe, play the Djembe, play the Djembe.
Hey, lovely, great. So again, if you don't have a djembe at home, again, we've explained this in previous videos as well. Look at the West African videos, because we talked about how you can use a box and how you can do different things. You can hit a box in different places to create similar sounds out of that. Great, fantastic. So we've got our woodblock, we've got our shaker, we've got our djembe. Hey, Fred, what have you got?
I have got a tambourine here. We've seen the tambourines in a few of the other videos as well. And what we're going to do today, we're going to play very much like Mike and Raoul's with on the beat. We're going to go like this. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And a few things to bear in mind when we're talking about the tambourine is we always start by bringing the tambourine across our bodies. We don't want to start going out first, because then we won't be able to get that beat on our hand. So we're going to bring it across and we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. But between the 1, 2, 3, 4s, we've also got 1, 2, 3, 4, because we're going 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, and then we're speeding it up like we did with the shaker. So why don't we just give that a quick try with just your hand clapping your other hand. So you can wave your hand like this with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're going to clap on the 1. Ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Stop. Very good. Give it a try. And you can also make a tambourine. Be a bit creative about how you could possibly make a tambourine, or use one of your homemade shakers at home to play a similar part.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, I like that wave thing. Hey, Lucky, you once played for the Queen, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, it did. I was thinking about when you were saying there, Fred, about waving. It's a bit like the Queen. Hey, Guys, do you know, does the Queen wave with this hand or with this hand? Neither, they're both mine. There we go, good dad joke for you. Hey, so, right, hey, Lucky, we're going to find out more about who Lucky's played with before as well, because Lucky's done some amazing music. So, tell you what, we could put all these different parts together, couldn't we? So we've got my part, which is the woodblock part. We've got the tambourine part, Fred just talked, we've got the shaker part, we've got the djembe part as well. When we put it all together, we get all these different rhythms together, and that's two kind of words we want to think of. One's called polyrhythm, and polyrhythm is lots of rhythms all together. The other one is syncopation, because particularly when we add Lucky's part in, we've got that nice little feel to it. Have a look at our West African video number 3, and we explain a little bit more about syncopation for that one in there. Shall we have a go at putting this all together? So you can choose whichever one of our parts you want to play, and maybe whilst we're playing you want to swap to another one, particularly if you're using some junk instruments, you could just swap around. If there's a few of you, if there's 4 of you watch this video together, maybe you could all be doing a different part and see if you can get our music together. Shall we give it a go? Ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, here we go. And so woodblock, make sure you get that stick bouncing nicely. Woodblock, 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 woodblock. Nice, and we've got Fred's nice shaker, or his tambourine. Make sure you're going across your body at the right time. If you're playing a shaker like well, you see, it gets a bit infectious, you have to dance a little bit as well. This is the style of music that makes you want to move. And then we've got the djembe part. Play the djembe, play the djembe, play the djembe, play the djembe. Nice. Stop! Wow, well done everyone, that sounds so good altogether. I just absolutely love this style of South African music, brilliant. Now remember, that's not the end of the lesson. There is a quiz on the website, you've got to answer all the questions. We've given you lots of stuff all about techniques for playing these instruments and the names of instruments today. That's some of the questions in the quiz today, so go and look at those. Also remember, join us for our next video as well. But until next time, we'll say goodbye. Bye everyone, bye.